Broke girls are trying to bum free meals off men. And what's happening now is men are waking up and realizing, I'm not going to do this anymore, especially with dudes now in their soft guy era. They're telling girls, hey, if you want to just even go on a date with me, you need to cash at me first, all right, before we're going anywhere. You're going to pay for the meal. And if we go to the restaurant and you're like, you're not paying, then I'm just going to pay mine and I'm going to take off because, I'm in my era. And while this started out as a joke, men are very serious right now because what they realize women are doing is that women are literally going out there. They've been doing this for years, and they go on multiple dates just so they can eat for that evening. All right, they'll even use Tinder. So it's a scam that they run on Tinder where they have no interest in being in a relationship with the guy. They have no interest in seeing the guy. What they'll do is they'll set up a Tinder, tell the guy to bring over food, and then like as soon as the guy gets to the door, they'll just take the food at the door and tell the guy to leave. These women are living very, very dangerous lives. Like using men this way is very, very bad. And of course, when you had guys like the Tinder swindler, he ended up getting a movie about him and arrested because when men take advantage of women in this way, using dates and relationships to extract money from women, that they end up getting arrested. There was a guy in Japan that would go on dates with women, and he would tell them that it's always his birthday, so they would always give him a gift. And he did this with tons and tons of women. He got arrested because of what he was doing and charged with theft, and they put him in prison for it. And this is crazy, but women do this all the time. I mean, you literally have this chick on YouTube named Simone who teaches women how to find wealthy men, to finance them, and even get them into circles with other wealthy men so they can use these men to build their business, build their brand, and build their lives off these men. Think about how nasty this is. These women in Western society, they don't like us. They are coming up with methods to scheme and scam as much off us as possible. There's this whole notion, go where you are needed, not where you are appreciated. Just because they need you doesn't mean they like you or they even want you. And the moment they don't need you anymore is the moment that they will not only drop you, but you are lucky if you even make it out unscathed or if you even make it out at all. I saw this idiot comment from someone on one of my polls where I said, go where you're appreciated, go where you are celebrated. He said, go where you are needed and endure. That's a simp right there. All right? That's a simp right there. You have these conferences that are happening right now, guided by the mainstream media, where they're going after MGTOW and saying that the MGTOW guys are they're not actually men, because a real man is a man who endures and a man who gives more than he receives. And it's not about what you get. It's about what you can do for others. It's about what you can do for society. It's about what you can do for women. That's what it means to be a man. That's what it means to be a boy. Okay? And that's what we need to teach our sons. Like, these guys are terrible. How many men went down this path and destroyed themselves? Like, they did a study recently and they found that fathers have the worst hearts and the highest mortality rates. But then at the same time, single men, never married men, have the longest lifespan of all men and are outliving women in general. What does that tell us? It's because of male disposability. It is horrible for our health. We actually have some videos. We're going to jump into them. And it kind of illustrates how women are taking advantage of men and using men in Western society and how they've been doing this for such a long time. When you go overseas, women will buy you drinks. Women will buy you food. They will ask you out on dates. Okay? You don't wait for physical intimacy. You get that right away. If not the first time, you get it by the second time. That's just their foot in the door. Once they have their foot in the door, they're going to start cleaning for you. They're going to start cooking for you. They're going to start giving you back massages. They're going to start trying to create value immediately to lock you and to keep you because they genuinely want you, because they know that as a man, you are the prize. Women in these countries, America has only been around for less than 250 years. Women in these countries know exactly what happens when men leave. A country without its men is not a country. A country without its men is a wasteland.
So this girl went on 6 dates a week so she didn't have to pay for groceries for 2 years. And I have to say I respect her because that shit sounded like a part-time job. She was saving $150 a week. She went on to say she made the video jokingly, but I do believe she was at least going on 2 dates or 3 dates a week, saving $150. And I respect her because all you would have to do to avoid that whole situation is Keep what she got in her hand, bro. You could easily avoid getting finesse if you just take her ass to Starbucks. You maybe get her a croissant, maybe, right? But just spend $10 on a frappuccino. You spend $10 on yourself. Like I said, maybe on a croissant, and you good. Now you really know it's about getting to know each other and not about a free dinner.
Here's the interesting thing. I can't show you this video, but there is a girl, and because every time I tried to put the video up, I would end up getting a notification regarding it. This actually happened where this guy told this girl, let's go out and get drinks. So this was like some girl who was working at the grocery store. This black dude who was like in tech, I think. He has like a house, nice car. He asked her out on a date. He met her like at the grocery store. She was like working at a grocery store, I think. And he takes this girl out. She basically like, where are we going? He's like, we're going to Starbucks. She's like, Starbucks? No, you said that you're going to take me to get a meal. He said, I told you we're going to get drinks. She goes, yeah, I assumed there was going to be drinks and food. And guys, how the hell does someone tell you we're going to get drinks and that translates to drinks and food? Okay. So he was like, bro, I'm taking you to Starbucks. We're just getting to know each other. And she starts telling him off and saying all kinds of stuff like, you can't take someone like me, as beautiful as me. Dude, she's like tatted up. You could like, she looks like someone that's been using blues. I don't even know. This brother really needed to step his standards up. And she starts going off on him like the Cheesecake Factory lady. So at some point, he can't take it. He can't handle anymore. He pulls over and tells her to get out of his car. And she starts screaming that this man is broke. This man doesn't have any money because she's trying to publicly shame him. This is ridiculous. And for all of y'all that remember the Cheesecake Factory lady, she basically was going on a date with, I think, this Hispanic guy who people are saying was a doctor. And he made reservations at like a 5-star restaurant for this woman. And then he drove to her house. But she took like over an hour to get ready. Made him sit in the car, didn't invite him up. It's probably because where she was living was busted and it looked bummy in there. And then when she finally did come out, they missed their reservation. So he basically tries to, make up for it by taking her to the Cheesecake Factory. She flips out about the Cheesecake Factory and says, no, you can't take this to the Cheesecake Factory. By the way, this woman was nothing special. I'm just being real. She was not special at all. All right. Dude needs to step his game up. Needs to step his standards up. So he basically says to her, listen, you know what? If you're not capable of going to the Cheesecake Factory, then I don't think you're ready to be in a relationship with me. So he says, I'm just going to take you home. She then flips out about him taking her home. Realistically speaking, dude should have just asked her to get out of his car and he should have drove off. Like, he should never have taken, he should have just asked her. Like, bros, like, seriously, like, a lot of dudes are like, no, don't ever do stuff like that. If you're on a date with a woman and she's acting like this, bro, immediately, she's a grown adult, okay? Completely depart right now. She is not your responsibility. The most important thing you can do is to get away from her, okay? Don't give her any money. Do not do anything. Just say, okay, you know what, miss, you have a good night, all right? You have a good night. Good evening. God bless. And when some of these men actually do that, these women will turn around and say that, wait a minute, you can't do that. I can't get home. Like, you're like, dudes like, take an Uber. I don't have money for an Uber. You don't have money for an Uber? No, I don't have any money on me at all. So a lot of these girls don't even have credit cards, or their credit cards are maxed out. They've got bad credit. Can't get another line of credit. Y'all, my credit card company has hit me up like, bro, do you want to, like we'd like to offer you an opportunity to increase your credit line right now. I don't even think I'm going to do it. Really, I don't even want to mess around with credit right now. Like, I'm not in the mood for more credit right now. Okay? I got plenty of credit. I've got plenty of credit. I am not in the mood for more credit right now. All right? I've got 99 problems, but credit isn't one. These women don't even have credit. Okay? They don't have credit. They don't have money. They're broke, y'all. They're brokies. All right? They don't have no money. They were out here calling us Dusties, but we know who the real Dusties are now. Okay? It's really sad. And brokies give me the icks. They totally give me the icks. Like, if she has nothing to lose, then why am I with her? Like, men need to step their game up. Like Gary Owens, he's getting a divorce, or he got divorced recently. That's a white guy who was married to a black white comedian who's married to a black woman, and then had a bunch of black kids, but they're all grown now. and he ended up getting like a divorce, and he's getting a divorce, and he's still messing around with black girls. That's what his demographic is. But he's basically said that, the women he's messing with now, like, she has to have a LinkedIn. He's not messing with Instagram models anymore. All right. He's not messing with these women. She needs to have a LinkedIn. She has to have something to lose. And that's something that every man needs to take to heart. Stop dating women that have nothing to lose and everything to gain. That's how a lot of men have destroyed themselves. And now you have women coming on social media and trying to play it off like, oh, these women aren't foodies. They just genuinely liked you as men. And, you're screwing it up because you're so insecure. You're so insecure.
Woman who has ever gone on a date only because you wanted a free meal? I'd love for you to raise your hands in the comment section. If you're a woman who goes into dating thinking specifically, how can I eat for free tonight? I would love to have a dialogue with you about this. I don't know any women who have enough time, energy, or the desire to go through everything that it takes to find someone to go on a date with them just so that they can get one meal. The motive isn't free food. I bet these women were genuinely interested in you, which is shocking, I'm sure. But this is something men love to tell themselves, that she's only going on a date because she wants free food. I bet these women could feed themselves. I bet they have jobs and make their own money. I bet they'd rather stay at home and DoorDash a meal to their place versus spending all the time and energy that it takes to actually go out and interact with someone.
All the time and energy that it takes to go out and interact with someone. In other words, being with these, if it takes all of this time and energy to go out with a dude, that means you're not actually interested in him. Okay, let's be realistic. It does not take her a ton of time and energy to go out with Chad and Tyrone. She is there and she is happy to be there. All right? And she's more than happy to have McDonald's with Chad and Tyrone, go for a walk with Chad and Tyrone, and then go right back to their place and do it on their air mattress. Okay? That's the reality of it. She's just not into you. It's all about the foodies. And they're out here trying to cover it up and play it off right now, when the reality is they never liked you. She never wanted you. She's just using you. I have a video where a woman actually says that the less she likes a guy, the more he has to spend on the meal, because he needs to invest more because she doesn't actually like him. Like, it's all there, but women are trying to they think they can still gaslight men in 2024. And then this is the reason why they're trying to shut down MGTOW right now and try to get it banned and silenced, because now you have these men who are turning into outright separatists, and they're frightened because men are no longer approaching them. And they're trying to do their cleanup on social media, when all of the badness that they've done and all of the evil things that are laid right in front of us, and men and boys can see it, and they're like, don't believe your lying eyes, don't believe your lying ears. Okay, if you're a real man, you do what we say, and you don't ask questions. All right, be a good simp, be a good sheep, and go back to sleep. Go back to sleep.
Need to clear up this misconception that guys have that girls want to go out on dinner dates with guys because they need a free meal. Be so effing for real right now. A woman will not spend time with a man if she doesn't want to, for the exact same reason that you all don't want to go on dinner dates, because it is a time investment. I see these comments on my videos all the time, and I just think it's hilarious that guys think that women can't take care of themselves, especially when it comes to something as simple as a meal. A lot of us cook at home, and we're perfectly fine doing that. We also can buy ourselves our own meal.
But total BS. In this inflation, they don't have that kind of money. They don't have that kind of money. Most modern women cannot cook and will not cook because they see cooking as a form of oppression. So they deliberately never learned how to cook. These women can't take care of themselves, y'all. As the collapse is coming upon us, all you brothers are out there grilling it up. I go to your channel sometimes. I see y'all throwing down in the kitchen, throwing down on the grill, chicken parm, trying to hurt my feelings with some of the delicious food y'all are cooking up. These women can't cook, y'all. They can't cook, and they're too broke for DoorDash. They don't have no money, y'all. They're out here struggling on the struggle bus, trying to bum meals off free meals off men because they don't have any other way of eating. If they can't find a man to buy them food that evening, a lot of times they will not eat. They're doing these whole peasant meals on TikTok, medieval peasant meals. Some of y'all are, oh, that looks delicious, bro. That's a broke man's meal right there. They cannot prepare anything else. They have to eat that every day. Cheese, crackers, Lunchable meat and grapes. You're like, oh, well, that's not bad eating, bro. They can't listen to me. That's all that they can eat each day and every single day. They don't have anything else. That's their total skill set right there for preparing a meal. For 99% of modern day women, they cannot cook. They cannot take care of themselves. If something goes down, the world is not working properly and they have to provide for themselves, and DoorDash isn't available and they don't have money for DoorDash, which 99% of them do not have money for DoorDash or an Uber anymore. They will be all over on all of these apps begging men. They will even go door to door. And why they're panicking right now is because previously they'd meet a guy and they can just, like, in worst case scenario, find a simp to provide for them. But the simp economy is moving overseas. A lot of these simps don't have money anymore. They're idiots who are like, the simp economy is eternal. That's absolute nonsense. The simps are pulling back, and they're seeing a lot of the success that the password bros have been having. So they're going overseas if they want to find someone, or if they want to simp online, they're simping to these online streamers in Thailand and Vietnam and the Philippines, because these women over there are not playing around. They're taking that simp economy and they're putting all kinds of things into these simps' heads. Like, these women back in the US, they don't even like y'all. They don't like y'all, all right? We like you. We like you. We get to know your name. You are a number one simp. We want to have a relationship with you. Maybe you'll come over here and get to know us. And most simps are lazy, but just the prospect and the idea that there's someone who genuinely wants them and appreciates them and comes across as fit, feminine, and friendly is enough to keep them. And the amount of money that they really have to spend and invest in these women is significantly lower than women in Western society who demand thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. A lot of simps can send $10, and these $10 for a woman over there, that's as much money as she would make working an entire day, working for a day, sometimes even a week. So that's damn good money. I'm telling y'all, these broke girls, it's hard times for them. What do you think regarding all of this? Broke girls are trying to bum free meals off men. Let's talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA. Ben walking away, and cheers.